We got an exciting week of football. We already had a really good one for Thursday night on Amazon Prime. The Rams coming up 1 point short with that 2 point conversion. That was so good. So good and gutsy, so that they have the edge if there's any tiebreakers and whatnot, since the Rams had the edge already. But Seattle gets the win, 38-37, depending on where you had it or where you placed your bets. You either lost it or you won it by half a point. So, fun game. I thought Seattle was running away with it. Rams came back. Then I thought they were running away with it. Seattle came back. And then we go into overtime. It seems like no one wanted to win on 2 attempts for a final drive to get some points to close the game in regulation. And then, we had another Puka TD. And then another. Honestly, this was a really good win for Sam Darnold because he has been missing these clutch, high-pressure situation wins. And it's the end of the season. If you don't remember from last year, he laid up a couple big eggs. So big win for Darnold, big win for the Seahawks, and a big win for that division overall. What do you guys think of that game?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about the Darnold narrative around this game, Rome. I got a really good friend of mine, big Rams fan. He texted my group of friends at 7:27 and just said, Rams, number one, massive space, 2, rest of the NFL, we are them. That was at 7:27.
Nice.
And so he pulled the Rome reverse, the jinx. He pulled the Rome jinx, basically.
Yeah,
he talked too soon.
Jinxed the hell out of the Rams, and really right after that, it was in talking with my buddies was just around Darnold in these big moments not being able to show up, and then from then on gets 2 touchdown drives. Obviously had a big return part of that too to help set up one of those, but I think you're exactly right, Rome. I mean, leading that drive to tie the game, a little bit of luck on that 2-point conversion for the forward lateral, whatever the heck that happened. That's like a once in a decade type of play. But I think Darnold probably the big winner out of this, and the Rams. I mean, they've been top of your power rankings. I still think this is obviously probably one of the best teams in the NFL, but it really hurts in an NFC that's so tight. But I think a big win for the Seahawks and setting them apart. I still think there's a lot of questions. Their defense got beat up quite a bit in this game. I think Kobe Bryant was out early. They had another guy go to the locker room.
Three guys in that secondary went out. So
Yeah, so depending on what the length of those, it could be questionable. We talked about the health going into this week, but I think huge win for for the Seahawks and Darnold, like you said, Rome.
Yeah, I don't think the power rankings actually came out. I did finish it, but I'm not sure if it actually posted. But I had Rams number 1 this past week, so it's been
the definite number 1 seeds for you, Rome.
It is.
Patriots and now Rams. Both teams that were in control of games too.
Patriots had a couple weeks at least, but whenever I don't release it before the game, that's when it's bad news. I've noticed that.
I think your power 8 should be out by like Tuesday morning, Rome. You got like Monday morning quarterback. You have Rome power 8 on Tuesday. That should be the rule of thumb.
Just got bombarded with stuff, but big stuff, man. That was a big game. We have lots of big games this weekend, lots of playoff implications. And I think we should just get back into it.
Yeah, I think I want to add on, another big winner possibly is the 49ers. They needed Seattle to win this game, given that they've already beat them once. They play them in Week 18. So the 49ers, if they can win out, possibly could steal the number 1 seed in the NFC.
That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. All right. Let's get into it then with some Saturday games. I'm not sure how I feel about Saturday games. But we got 2, one in the late afternoon, the other one in the evening. Right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So Eagles, Commanders, 44.5 over under. Eagles favored by 6.5 on the road for our first game this weekend. Aaron, who you got?
Yeah, another big divisional game for Philly. I believe they just need one more win to clinch the division. I mean, Dallas needs to win out. Philly needs to lose the rest of the game. So the Eagles are sitting pretty for at least getting a home playoff game, whether it's the 2 or 3 seed. But Commanders, I mean, they've played pretty well with Mariota under center. We've seen them, Jaden Daniels started against Minnesota. That was kind of an outlier game. They got beat 31-0. But the previous games of Mariota, they've all been close losses or victories. 6.5 points a lot here. I'm going to take the Commanders at home. I think they divisional game, Dan Quinn, they'll be up for this game. They'll play hard. I like the Eagles to still win, but 6.5 is a bit too many points in my opinion. So I'm going to go with the Commanders here at home.
Jaeson.
Yep, going to agree with Aaron on this one. I think 6.5 is just a lot. I know last week the Eagles getting a little bit of their swagger back, but they played the Raiders for their 31-0 victory. The overall Commanders keeping it close with Mariota. Still a good team there to a degree. I know it's a terrible season for the Commanders, but a team that went to the NFC Championship game last year, and they're still fighting for something here. But I'll take the points with the Commanders, but again, agree with Aaron that the Eagles probably do win the game.
Clean sweep on this one. Commanders kind of surprised me last week. I thought they might just be dead the rest of the way, but it looks like there's still like a lot of pride and something to build on for next year. As I'm sure they're going to be looking forward to next year, get a lot of guys back, maybe have some turnover, get Daniels back as well. But this one, I don't know, man. This might feel like a Saturday morning. Eagles are feeling good. You're hearing all the right stuff out of Philly, and then they just come and put an ass whooping. They've done it a few times, not as much, but this is like kind of like a keep your ears to all the rumors to what's going down because Eagles might be heating up. Next Saturday game, a really, really big game here. Lots at stake. We got the Packers and Bears. A pick 'em Saturday night. I know you guys will be glued to your fucking sofas on this one. Jaeson, we'll have you go first.
Yeah, glued to the sofa. Injury is going to be a tale of this game right now. Parsons out for the year, so obviously when you hear that news, Bears fans, feeling good about themselves. We don't got the pressure on Caleb Williams. The big acquisition for the Packers is going to miss down the stretch, but then the Bears released an injury report today. Roma Dunze and Luther Burden both out for the Bears on the wide receivers. Cole Kmet, I think, didn't practice. They also had questionable with Swift. So, what are the offensive pieces going to be for the Bears? You with Burden and Dunze out, you're going to, likely play more 2 tight end sets, assuming Cole Kmet does play, and it's going to be all about the running game in this environment. The Bears, I don't want to say this isn't a must-win because it's not you have to win, but if they're going to really lock up their playoff fortunes right now, they're playing 3 consecutive playoff teams. This is the game they could have. I think they matched up well with the Packers in the second half of that first showdown. It'll be in Chicago. It's going to be basically primetime Saturday night. They're basically telling the fans, we need you in this one. I think the atmosphere of that stadium is going to be rocking. I like the Bears.
Well, they need them because they're going to be moving to Gary, Indiana pretty soon. Hopefully they make that 30-minute drive.
Well, it's funny. It's funny. We could talk a ton about that. But, yeah, like I love Bears CEO Kevin Warren. Loves a good open letter. This man sends out more open letters to everything. But, yeah, the Bears just the overall they botched that all stadium thing even before Warren even got there. But I think the Northwest Indiana definitely is a negotiating tactic. Even though they said this is not a negotiating tactic, it definitely is. But as a person from northeastern Illinois, on the border of Illinois and Indiana, and with a ton of family in that area, I can tell you the Bears moving to Northwest Indiana would be just on par with everyone else in that sector of Illinois who moved to Northwest Indiana for cheaper taxes and other things. So the Bears would be fitted right in for a bunch of other people that have left the state of Illinois.
Aaron, who you got in this game?
Yeah, I mean, like Jason mentioned, ton of injuries right now for the Bears at wide receiver. Parsons out for the Packers. Christian Watson looks like he's questionable, but likely to play. He's been practicing on a limited basis. To me, this comes down to who's going to control the line of scrimmage and, turnovers. Can one team force more turnovers, and who can control the line of scrimmage running the ball? I mean, Jason mentioned a lot of injuries at wide out for the Bears, but the Packers running back room is banged up. Josh Jacobs is not the same guy. He's been playing with a bad knee for the last few weeks. Wilson's been banged up as well. I like the Bears in a revenge spot here at home. I just think Caleb Williams' mobility will be enough, will be the difference. I think he'll make some big plays of his legs and, maybe a kick here, a kick there from one of these teams like we saw tonight. I think it's a close game. I like the Bears, though, to even this series up, kind of like we saw with Seattle with the Rams. Even teams, I'll take the home team here.
Nice. Yeah, it's tough. Injuries on both sides. I'm just kind of feeling the love, though, on the Packers. I think they're come out losing a guy like Parsons, especially when that was like the X factor for a potential Super Bowl run, is really tough. Having all the other injuries is pretty tough. But this is still a pretty loaded team. More discipline, more experience. It's December. This is what these guys get up for. So I expect it to be tough, but I'll just lean Packers on that one, just to kind of vary from you guys. Sunday morning, Aaron's Circus Sports millions point spreads is all jacked up. They got the games at different times, so bear with me as we bounce around. First one, though.
They got most of it right here on Sunday. A few
Most of it,
hiccups, but
yeah. And the tariffs are mostly positive for the country. All right.
absolutely,
Bills.
Rome. When you get your $2,000 check, you can say thank you.
$2,000. Bills, Browns. Bills here by 10.5 in Cleveland. 41.5 over under, which I think it's pretty low. Is it snowing this weekend? Because I don't think it matters, because Josh Allen's good for 30 points all by himself. Can the Browns muster 11.5 points all by themselves? Based on last week, Shador's bad game. The whole Browns had a bad game. Not so much. Which Brown team shows up? Aaron, who you got?
Well, I'm going to check the weather right now while we're talking about it, Rome. So let's see here. Cleveland, Ohio.
Jaeson, who you got in the meantime?
So 32 degrees. Okay, I'm ready. It's going to be cold. Yeah, I mean, the Browns, they got a ton of injuries on both offense and defense as well. We're getting to that point of the year, like what are teams feeling as far as personnel? The Bills, this is a big spot for them, too, with that win last week. If they can win again this week with the Patriots going on the road or the big Sunday night game, they can get back to even in that division with a couple games to go. Are the Bills looking ahead to a showdown with Philadelphia? 10.5 is a lot here. I know we talk about it. The Bills defensively are not great. The Browns, but they got a ton of guys out injured. I'm reluctantly going to go here with the Bills. Don't like it, but I'll take them here 10.5. I just think Josh Allen and those guys don't turn the ball over. The Browns are good for at least 2. That might be the difference. So I'll take the Bills here minus 10.5 out on the road.
Jaeson.
Yeah, I reluctantly agree with Aaron on this one, too. Just watching the Browns last week play the Bears and what they couldn't get going offensively, and, Shador being put in a position where he's got to force some balls in different spots, and the Bills' defense isn't great, but if they get some turnovers and you allow Josh Allen to go over this defense, I could easily see them winning this by more than 2 touchdowns. Myles Garrett, obviously going to be a factor. He's going for the sack record, so he's going to be all trying to get over Josh Allen, but easier said than done. Again, the Bills finding ways to, Josh Allen be a one-man show, but you get a lot of James Cook in this thing too with the running game. So I think overall, as Aaron said, it's tough to do the 10.5 points, but you look at a week ago, man, we had a lot of big spreads, and all of those favorites were covering these big spreads late in the year. So I'll take Buffalo.
Yeah, I expect a little bounce back game for the Browns. I don't know what happened against the Bears. It was a complete disaster on that one. I want to take the Browns with the points on this one, but Bills turning a little competitive corner right now. They got the running game. Their wide receivers are still shit, but Josh Allen is gearing up. The colder it gets, the hotter he is. So right now, leaning Bills the points, but we'll see how it goes. This might be a Sunday. Take the Browns the points. Next one, Jets, Saints. Saints favored by 5.5. And probably because they've won a couple improbable games against the Panthers. Otherwise, I think this should probably be like a 2.5 spread, if that. Over under 40.5 over under. Jaeson, who you got?
Yeah, I think the bigger thing on this 5.5 spread is wondering what quarterback is going to be playing for the Jets right now. And I don't think
Brady Cook is starting.
Oh, they announced that?
Yeah, I think I saw that Tuesday that he'll be the starter. Either Fields or Taylor will be the backup. So Cook is starting.
Because I saw they're both limited today. Well, Aaron swung my mind on that news alone, because if you're telling me Brady Cook starting, I think that's going. If Tyrod Taylor was in the lineup, I'd probably take the Jets easily with plus 5.5. But I think that decision alone right there sways me. It's hilarious considering where we thought the Saints were at the beginning of the season, not understanding how they could score points and what actually the personnel of this team was going to be, given the kind of poor roster construction they've had and the challenges with the salary cap and all that type of stuff. But at 5.5 for the Saints and the Jets playing their third string quarterback, I'll take the Saints.
Aaron.
Yeah, you got two bad teams here, Rome, but like you mentioned, the Saints with two big divisional wins at Tampa, then last week beating the Panthers. Jets coming off a blowout loss in Jacksonville. I'm going to ride with the Jets here and Cook getting his second start. I think 5.5 points is just too much. If you would have ever told me the Saints are going to be favored by 5.5 against anybody at home, I would have shook my head. I'll take the points here. I think it's a close game. Saints don't really necessarily blow anybody out. And they don't score a lot of points regardless of who their opponent is. Feels like a 2017 type game. I'll take Jets plus 5.5.
This is a stay away. I haven't had one of those in a while. Just stay away from this game. It's going to be ugly. I didn't get a chance to see Cook play last time, so I'm really unsure. I'm really unsure how it's going. I'm trying to look up the game real quick, though. You got Saints pulling off a couple improbable victories by 3-4 points. You're absolutely right. Well, they won by 10 points against the Panthers just a month ago, and the Giants early in the year. I don't know. I'll go with the Saints. Let's see. Is this still in order here? Vikings, Giants. Vikings favored by 3 on the road. I have a feeling this was a lot different early in the week, but I don't remember now. Aaron, who you got?
Yeah, battle of a couple swag quarterbacks here, right? JJ versus Jackson Dart. Giants. Go ahead, Rome.
Well, Dart, he actually has swag. He's like unofficially black. He has like a very light black card. He's able to carry
family, Rome. I mean, if you
well,
look at
the way he's decked out. And JJ, it's more like a fabricated.
JJ sounds like a brother's name. If I said, "Hey, JJ," if you think he's black or white, I would lean towards black just off those two initials.
Yeah. Well, Jackson Dart. That sounds pretty white, I guess.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty white. But when you see JJ, though, he looks as white as you can look white. Right?
Yeah.
Except for the kitty. But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, so, you got the Giants. They've been struggling. They came off a bye, looked really lousy last week against the Commanders. JJ's looked really, really good here the last 2 weeks. This feels like one of those upsets. I'm going to take the Giants plus 3. I think the Giants are going to win outright. I think Jackson Dart is going to show Rome, like you mentioned. He's got the swag. I think he's going to show up. I think he's going to ball out. I like the Giants here at home plus 3.
Jason.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Aaron. Just haven't been impressed, obviously, the entire year with Minnesota in a lot of these games. And this is your team, Rum. The Giants, Rum. You find all the good in the Giants. And, they're at home. Jackson Dart's there. They make some plays. Your guy JJ. Maybe you're conflicted because this is JJ and you're Michigan man, so that's what you're going. Your conflict at this. So,
yeah, being a Michigan fan, you tend to be blinded by the light. That's like a double-sided joke if you can catch that. But
yeah, I caught it, Rome.
Vikings are still loaded, man. They're still good. Like, you have just been like tossing them on wayside, like chopped liver, like raccoon meat on the side of a freeway in the South. I think they're a lot better than that.
It's still good, but they could be roadkill for a little while.
I'm hating on them because they don't look good, Rome. And I got a big NFC West versus NFC North bet with a friend of mine, and they're really pulling everything down in the overall standings of that. So,
interesting. Why that bet?
Well, because I'm a big Bears fan, obviously, and Aaron and I said the NFC North best division in football. He's a big Rams fan. He said the NFC West is the best division in football. We said, okay, better record at the end of the year. And it's been tight all year, but it's getting a little, not as tight right now. And the Vikings are holding us down.
They won a couple games.
Yeah, you win more.
You picked against them all year.
Yeah, so
All right. I got Vikings in this one. I just think JJ has another good game. The defense is still loaded. It's gonna be too much. The Giants are just injured on both sides, and dude, we've seen this before. Bad teams when they fire their best asset, which me and you, Jason, we were the most critical of Dayball, but he was the best thing about that
fire,
team.
man. That was a bad fire. Jackson Dart does not look the same since.
It was just like Salah last year with the Jets. Once they fired him, everything fell apart. Like that's how much glue he was holding it into. Did Dayball call a lot of dumb fucking plays, putting Jackson Dart in at risk? Yes. Has he done that throughout his coaching career, including with Jones? Yes. But is he the biggest difference maker in that Giants organization, or was? Yes. So Giants get another ass whooping. Work towards that good pick, man. It's a good team and a good job to have. Next game, Pats, Ravens. Ravens favored by 3.
You're not going to skip over that Sunday night, Rome. You're just going to go in order the chart.
Oh my God. Thanks, Aaron, for your list. I guess we'll come back to it.
Usually you're on that, Rome. I just wanted to check. I just wanted to make sure. So you can jump the Bucks, Panthers.
God damn it. It screwed up my whole list because I have them all written down right here. All right. Audible. Bucks, Panthers. Bucks favored by 3 on the road against the Panthers. Both teams have shat the bed the last few weeks. Panthers had a chance to get first place and just fumbled the bag. Aaron, who you got?
Yeah, Rome. I mean, it's one of these games where if I pick the Panthers, they lose. I pick against them, they win. It seems like every time. But we've talked about injuries. We talked about guys being hurt on teams. But Tampa's actually getting guys back. They did last week. Evans, Godwin.
They got everybody back
Bucky
now.
Irving. So they've got everybody back. I think it's time for Baker and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to bake. I'm taking Tampa here -3. Get Panthers out of the misery. I don't want to hear playoff talk anymore. I'm tired of hearing it, tired of seeing these guys on the same screen. Give me Tampa by a touchdown or more. Todd Bowles saves his job, Rome, as you got him on your hot seat.
Yeah, the tides have turned quickly against him. Half those coaches just hired 2 years ago. Seems like they're going to all have short leashes. But, yeah. Jason, who you got?
Yeah, I agree with Aaron. Just overall, beginning of the year, we said this Bucs team was, the more talented one in the division. They should have won the division. It's crazy how the descent of them here midseason. But they had a lot of injuries, as Aaron said. But even last week, though, they had Bucky Irving back. They had Godwin back. They had Evans back. So it should have been a win. I think this is a win. This is where they need to put a stamp on it this final 3 games. Get a good rhythm going into the playoffs, or else, you're going to be looking at whoever that 5 seed is or whatever. They're going to be praying that they get to go to Tampa Bay in the playoffs here at this point. But I think this is where Tampa needs to show something. As Aaron said, put Carolina out of their misery. They've had some fun. You've had some fun with me about picking them to be in contention for the 7th seed.
They had a good year.
They're kind of there.
They had a good run. It was a good
year.
But they are still tied for the division, guys. They're acting like they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah,
the Rams, I think, currently number 5 seed. The Rams. I don't think the Rams want to go back to Carolina. They already got beat there, so they're rooting for Tampa.
That's fair. But yeah, I just think there's in it where the Buccaneers are better. They're getting guys back. They gotta win. They gotta win this game, and if they win this game, it's going to be a field goal or more.
Also, they're coming off extra extended rest playing on that Thursday night, Rome, so I think that helps a lot. And going back to that game last week, they had a 14-point lead in the 4th quarter against Atlanta, gave that game away. Todd Bowles with the curse rant post game. Yeah, I think Tampa's due for a big show out. I think they get it done here against Carolina.
They are due for sure. By the way, our platform did like a rap, like our most common phrase. You guys want to know what our most common phrase was used on this podcast in the year of 2025?
I'm curious, Rome.
I agree with Aaron.
Wow.
There's only one guy that said that all year in the podcast. And it was said, it was like 200 and something times. So it's really funny. Right when you said that, I was like, oh, I got to share that with you guys. It's a clip. It's like a 20-second clip.
Is that on YouTube?
No, it's on our platform.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw it.
So it's just me saying I agree with Aaron, 200 times.
Well, I guess you could add Rome to that list. Now it's up to 208 or 209, whatever you have, Rome.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I'll get the exact number for next time. Next game, we have Chiefs Titans. Chiefs are out. Mahomes already out. Last days for Kelsey, right?
Possibly.
Titans have been kind of surprising, putting up some points the last few weeks. And the 37.5 over under, not sure what to make of it. I think that's a little low considering Titans have been scoring above 20 points the last few games. And Chiefs, who's their backup again?
Minshew.
He was good for like that, 1 year?
Yeah, 2 years maybe.
2 years, yeah.
He had a good little run for a couple of years.
I'm not watching this game. Jason, who you got?
I'm not watching this game either, but if you look at the beginning of this, look at this season right now, the Chiefs are 1-5 on the road, and that was with Mahomes. So looking at where the downfall of their season, like they definitely don't got it when they leave Arrowhead. And as you said, Rome, I mean the Titans have found something here. Cam Ward's still going through the growing pains, but they got stuff with Pollard in the running game, and I just don't know what the Chiefs are playing for at this point. This is a team that goes to the AFC Championship game as a minimum every year. They lost their quarterback. The offense struggled with Mahomes. I don't know what it's going to look like with Minshew. And you're only talking, 3.5 point favorite in this one. I just think you're getting more value with the Titans, and the Titans potentially win this thing outright. So I'll take the Titans.
Aaron.
I'm going to go the opposite, Rome. I mean, we're talking about the Chiefs out of the playoffs and what they got to play for. Pride, right?
Pride.
I mean, your team, your pride's on the line here. I don't think Andy Reid's just going to let these guys quit on themselves. I think Spags and that defense with a rookie quarterback are going to try to light them up with some blitzes. Should be a low-scoring game, but the Chiefs, I mean, if Mahomes is starting, they're probably favored by 8 or 9. 3.5 may be a bargain here. I'm going to take the Chiefs. But agree with Jason, too. This Titans could easily win. But, when people think the Titans are going to show up and do well, they usually don't. And when the Chiefs, when you think they're dead, they usually aren't. I'm going to ride with the Chiefs here, minus 3.5. I think Andy Reid can get at least one more win out of this team before the Broncos and other teams come in.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning on the Chiefs here as well, just mainly the pride thing. It seemed like half the team did not know that they were eliminated last week, which is kind of shocking. But they've had some guys return back from injury. They should be losing these games so they can get a better draft pick and shore up whatever. They feel like they got to shore up first, maybe get a tight end, whatever, another guy on the offensive line. But this is more like a Andy Reid belief kind of thing. He'll probably have a Tommy burger before the game and find the motivation to get the guys ready for a victory here. Chargers, Cowboys. Another interesting line, 2.5 for the Cowboys, when the Chargers have pulled out some gritty victories despite having Casper the Ghost as an offensive line. Over under 49.5, so expect a shootout. Jason, who you got?
Yeah, I would say a tough line, Rome, but you mentioned the offensive line for the Chargers, and they've been getting by here. And Herbert, man, looks beat up, with a hand and all sorts of stuff going on. The Cowboys clinging to life right now. They're not officially eliminated, but depending what goes on with Philly and stuff like that, there's still I think a glimmer of hope for them to try to get the division. But it's going to take 3 wins down the stretch. I don't know why. This is just gut feeling thing. I just feel like the Cowboys got something in on this. It's going to be in Dallas. I'll take the Cowboys.
All right. Aaron?
Yeah, it's a weird line. I mean, we talked about it last week. The Chargers were getting, 5.5, 6 points against Kansas City. We felt like an even game. This line feels like it should be the other way around. Chargers favored by 2.5, maybe because they're traveling back on the road, and they have not traveled really well this year. I mean, they're not playing in the Eastern time zone, so that's a good thing for you Charger fans because they've not played well there. Cowboys, yeah, like Jason mentioned, holding on, hope. But if the Eagles do win on Saturday, they're out no matter what they do. I believe, like we said, we think the Eagles will get the job done. I like the Chargers. The Harbaugh effect right now is taking true for the Chargers. They're winning these games ugly. I think they continue that here. Dak Prescott, seems like those guys have kind of given up. Cowboys defensively, you don't need a great offensive line to do anything against those guys. Williams might be out for concussion. I like the Chargers here plus 2.5. Even if the Cowboys do win, I think it'll be by 2 or less. So I'll take the 2.5. I'd buy the hook to get to 3 as well if you like the Chargers.
Yeah, I think Cowboys have a good chance of winning this one, but to take the better team with the points really enticing. I don't know if you guys heard, but Jerry Jones has been pretty critical of the Cowboys defense the past week or so, saying that there's going to be some changes. So
Eberflus
about to get fired again. So if you don't remember the last time he was about to get fired as a defensive coordinator, the Chicago Bears, like idiots, hired him as a coach when he was about to get fired. Let's hope no one else hires him for a head coaching job, but he's about to be out, and I think out for good in the NFL for a year or two. So
he'll be a senior analyst for somebody.
I think so.
Next role.
That's
his next role.
Most definitely. So Chargers, just because of the points, it's just playing with house money there. Is that all the morning games? No, we have one more. Bengals, Dolphins. Game of the week here. Bunch of two sad franchises. Joey Burrow, I know you're ready to come home to the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's made to happen. Let's make it happen. It's not going to happen, but I'm wishful thinking here. And the Dolphins, Quint Ewers, the former Texas quarterback who was a Heisman hopeful, who had a bad year in his last year in Texas. Not a bad year, but not as good as his previous year. And it'll be good to see him play. I'm actually looking forward to it. Jason, who you got?
Well, I mean, if you're going to start a rookie quarterback against the Cincinnati defense, is probably the most ideal place you're going to start a rookie quarterback, given, how many yards and points they've surrendered throughout the season. But I don't know, man. Your guy Joe Burrow here, I think he's got something to prove down the stretch here. Miami, they look good for a little while, but now we're switching quarterbacks. The questions around Tua. It's a little bit of a lot. Yeah, I mean, the contract is the thing. Is like you say he's done.
Can they?
I don't know.
That's like dead money. It's like $70 to $100 million in dead cap if they get rid of him.
Yeah, it's a Russell Wilson situation. They could try trading, but
it's double worse than him. No one's going to trade Tua.
No.
Yeah, so
there has to be somebody desperate.
No, not that. I mean, a lot of teams got their quarterback right. There's not that many desperate teams out there, but I don't know. I think your guy Joe Burrow pulls this one out, man. I think he's going to be out here just lighting up the scoreboard a little bit. Dolphins, they've been up a roller coaster all season. They beat up on some bad teams, have some good wins here and there, but they're trying to try something this week, and I'll take the team that's got their starter back.
Yeah, an interesting game. Romy mentioned Quinn Ewers getting the start. Tua getting benched, as we were talking about. Bengals coming off a loss last week in which they scored 0 points.
Yeah, what happened?
They didn't show up, Rome. Baltimore took it to them. And then the week before that, we saw a team, the Commanders, score 0 points, go on the road and dominate the Giants. I like the Bengals here. You're talking about a coach on the hot seat in Zach Taylor. He needs to win out, or at least show that this team is showing improvement.
He's done.
If he's going to keep his job, likely he's done.
He's out.
McDaniels with Miami, safe. They fired the GM. They went 4-0 before losing last week, and the fact that he's going to Quinn Ewers makes me think that he knows he's not getting fired, and he's evaluating him for next year as to who knows what they do with him. But, yeah, the Bengals, like Jason said, their defense is not good, but a rookie quarterback, Al Golden, he's going to dial up some blitzes, and as long as they can stop Achane from going crazy, I don't see how the Bengals don't score at least 28, 30 points in this one. I'll take them out on the road in South Beach.
Achane's going to get his. He's got it every single week unless he gets hurt. And honestly, because there's nothing to fight for, if he does get hurt, he's not going to play the rest of the game. They're going to put him on the shelf for next year. He's like their best asset. So, yeah, Joey Burrow, lot to play for. I'll take him with the points. But I don't know, man. I don't feel good about this game. I'm not going to watch it if it's not good for the Bengals. Let's see. On to the afternoon games. Do we have to go back? No, that's the Sunday night game. Let's go.
Go to the top of the
Falcons.
Yeah.
Falcons, Cards. Really cool clip with the Falcons quarterback breaking down defenses and explaining why it's so hard for quarterbacks nowadays with the ever-revolving players on today's modern NFL defense. Falcons favored by 3 on the road. Cardinals, what did they do last week?
They got beat by the Texans.
That's right. 20 points, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, I think that was like their first blowout of the year because they've been pretty competitive for.
They've gotten blown out 2 straight weeks.
Okay.
The Rams took it to them.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so after a string of 14 weeks being competitive, Gannon's out. Maybe
Feels like he should be.
It's warm
after that one collapse game and the whole
the pushing
thing with
the punching a running
with
back.
With DeMercado, like I don't know. I mean, they've been close and stuff, but the optics in that whole thing, and then the Kyler situation. You said Tua's gone. I think Kyler's definitely gone.
Yeah, I think Kyler's gone.
He's done,
and I think that's why Gannon might stick around. But yeah. I don't know. You get a new quarterback. Usually they get a new coach. Kind of. I don't know.
Well,
it's only year 3.
He was given Murray. He didn't really get a chance to pick his quarterback, so you're right. He might get a chance.
I mean, this is what, year 3. I don't know. I'm borderline whether or not we'll see how they finish up these last couple games. If they get blown out again and again, then it don't look good.
All right. So, did you make a pick, Jason? I'm so
sorry,
man.
I didn't make a pick.
Okay.
Yeah, we have not made a pick on this game yet, Rome.
I'm like half tired.
It's all good.
Tired? That's a new one, Rome.
Half a tired.
Well, I think after the last 2 weeks, the Cardinals are kind of half a tired. I think the Falcons, for whatever reason, they got some talent. They found Kyle Pitts. Hey, give me another 40-point Kyle Pitts.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Kyle Pitts is banged up. He is banged up a little bit.
He's banged up because he was in the end zone so much for a change?
Maybe. He doesn't know what that looks like.
Dude, Social was having a field day with that. Like, this is what we knew he could do 4 years ago.
100%.
He only plays good in the state of Florida, man. That's it. Someone mentioned it's got to be the state of Florida.
Well, Arizona is another retiree state like Florida, so you don't throw it out to Arizona. So I don't know. I don't got much faith in the Cardinals, so I'll put it on the Falcons. This one -3 feels like a game that we're gonna probably push though, or something at my 3.
Yeah, I'm not watching this game, Aaron.
I mean, I'll watch it, Rome, because it's one of the 3 or 4 afternoon games in that slate. I mean, I would like to take the Cardinals, but like Jason just mentioned, I mean, Pitts, Bijan, I think Drake London's back. Atlanta's just got too many weapons. And Atlanta's playing hard. They're still playing hard. Kirk Cousins has won 2 of the 3 last games that he's played.
And
Cardinals coming off 2 blowouts.
Hot seat.
Yeah, you got 2 coaches both on the hot seat, and one trending in an upward direction, one in a downward. I'm going to take the Falcons here -3 as well, but it could be one of those games where the Cardinals win outright or we get a push.
Yeah. I'll go with Cousins on this one. I think I'm going to a Santa bar crawl on Sunday with a few friends. A Christmas bar crawl. I think that this is when it starts. So
on Saturday or Sunday, Rome?
Sunday.
Okay.
That's when I'll have my first spiked eggnog and see how it goes from there. Maybe I find Mrs. Santa Claus on my way around Christmas Town here in San Francisco.
So we're definitely not recording Sunday night.
Yeah, that's that. We got that out the way.
Nah, I like our chant. Actually, you're right. Huh?
I don't. I'm already like saying nope.
You're already saying it?
I'm calling it now.
I say we just record after Rivers' Monday night game against the 49ers. That sounds a lot better than Mrs. Claus coming out of the old hacky sack.
Mrs. Claus. It didn't be nothing with Mrs. Claus. He's not. I don't even know. I'm not even convinced he makes it back to his apartment on Sunday night.
You're right. I think he stumbles in at 5 a.m. Monday morning, Jason. I think you're right on that one.
This would have been a great time. This would have been a great time if there was a 5 a.m. F1 race,
Yeah. I haven't gone out. A lot this year, I could be in bed by 8 o'clock at night.
No, it's even more reason because you're going to think in your mind you can go hard, but you're not well conditioned right now, man. Everything's, you're not conditioned for this type of night out.
I'm getting older. Jags, Broncos. Broncos favored by 3 points. Your guys. Aaron, this is another AT Bowl for you here. Steichen. I can't think of the other coach's name.
Liam Cohen?
I'm sorry. Yeah, Liam Cohen. Not Steichen. Cohen and who's the Broncos guy? I'm sorry, dude. I'm so tired.
Payton.
I cannot think right now.
Aaron's got so many
what are you drinking on right now, Rome?
I'm drinking sparkling apple cider from Trader Joe's. It's really good.
Okay. Was it spiked of anything?
No, I thought about it, but
okay, I'm just checking. I didn't know if you were doing a little pregame before Sunday, like starting like Thursday, working your way up.
I should, but yeah, Not feeling good. All right. Anyways, this is the AT Bowl here. Who are you
mean,
going to go with, Aaron?
I mean, I don't have too many guys, right? I got maybe 4 or 5 coaches. Maybe a quarter of the league. Well, let's. Rome. I mean, look at I love both teams. I'm not gonna lie. Love Nick's, Peyton. I love what Liam Cohen's done there. But Jacksonville traveling all the way across to the Mile High, the Rockies here to take on the Broncos, who, people got to put some respect on these guys. They've won 11 in a row after losing 2 games to start the year by field goals against the Colts and Chargers. I did see that the Jaguars signed Jacoby Myers to an extension.
They're like the Notre Dame of the NFL, except they're not going to be left out of the playoffs.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. I don't know where that shot came from, but shots were fired. I'm going to take the Broncos here at home, Rome. They got momentum, defense. Bo Nix is playing well. The offense seems to find their stride. Tough travel for Jacksonville to go all the way across and get a win here, so I'll take the Broncos.
It's not that tough, dude. They went across and beat the 49ers for their first win on the West Coast in 30 years.
Well, look, they've beaten the Niners and the Raiders traveling. I don't think they do it 3 times in a row here.
All right. Broncos -3. Jaeson.
Yeah, I like the Broncos -3 too. I mean, you got 2 teams obviously peaking. I mean, the Broncos on a heck of a run here right now, but Aaron mentioned it. Just finding something with the offense. The win against the Packers, I think, was really big. You're getting the Jags in Denver, so I think this is obviously a little more home field advantage there. Where Liam Cohen with the running game can definitely get things going, but Trevor Lawrence in the game of his life last week, able to go through. I don't know if that's be able to duplicate that performance. But there's a potential playoff showdown right now, so you get to see something, and this is where kind of that home field advantage comes into play. I'll take Denver as well.
Clean sweep. I just got the Broncos. If I would have done my fantasy football year over again, the same team that I got gifted, I would have just started Bo Nix most of the games and just dropped Herbert or traded him for somebody else. That was the biggest fumble.
I don't know if it was, man. I had Bo Nix in one league. I thought he was going to make the jump, but I think that really hurt me a lot in most of the seasons.
Really?
So yeah. Bo Nix statistically.
I just keep on thinking every little mishap I had this year, I'm just like, God damn it.
I don't think you messed up there. I'd have to go with the stats on Herbert, but Bo Nix, I felt he was going to be a lot bigger in year 2 in Sean Payton, and you got to think that first half all the way through the London game and everything, and how much that he struggled. So, but I think finding him down the stretch right now, last weekend's game was pretty big. So,
all right, I got Broncos as well. Is that the last one for the 105 games?
We got 2 more, Rome.
At 105
or 125, but yeah, that's the last of the 105.
All right. Wow. Speaking of the Aaron Bowl, this might be the Rome Bowl here. Steelers, Lions. Not happy about this game because both teams got to win. One team has a better chance of winning a Super Bowl, and it's not my Steelers. Lions here by 7 points in Detroit, but it is a dome. So it's going to be good for the joints for Aaron Rodgers and then older defense that we have that we're overpaying for right now. 52 points. That is very high unless they expect 30 points, 35 points out of the Lions. I'm just not seeing it. Jaeson, you go first.
Yeah, I mean, it's not looking great for your Steelers, I think, in this matchup. But I also think 7 points is a lot for a Steelers team that's got a lot to play for, too. I mean, you mentioned Rodgers will be inside, and, Rodgers has looked pretty good. I think they found where they're at. Defense, obviously, a little bit concerned with Watt and some of the other guys there. But I think you're talking about that over-under. Yeah, it's significant because I think we're going to see a lot of offense in this game. I just think it's too many points to be given away, so I'll take the Steelers +7.
All right, Aaron.
I've gone back and forth in this game, Rome. You've got the Steelers coming off that big Monday night win. Lions, tough loss in L.A. against the Rams. To me,
they should have won.
Do the Steelers even show up? I mean, the Steelers only need to win one more game. That's Week 18 against Baltimore to clinch that 4 seed in the AFC. The Lions have to win out. They've got no choice. To me, sense of urgency is with Detroit. The speed in the domes with Detroit. I feel like Detroit could just blow the Steelers out. And like Jaeson said, I believe the Steelers could play this and keep it close. But with that being said, I think urgency, explosiveness, I like the Lions here -7.
Um, yeah, 7 points is a lot. I just don't see any game that the Steelers are within 7 points of the Lions. It's just really tough. Goff, even in his worst games this year, has been pretty solid. They have all those weapons on offense, and it's been a kind of up and down year on defense as well. Steelers, dude, I don't know, man. I just don't want to pick this one at all. I just regret having more than one team. That's for sure. Next game.
Who's your
Raiders.
pick,
The
Rome?
Steelers.
Who's your pick?
I wrote it down.
Yeah.
You go.
No.
Wrote it down.
No, there's no. Just take it side. Who do you got?
I think Lions win.
And Steelers cover? Now, I'm going to take that as the Tomlin yes. He's got that Tomlin look. So that looks like that Tomlin, yeah.
All right, we're going to be watching that one closely on how he tallies his wins and losses over there. Even though I'm going to be honest with you, Rome keeps the official stats of the show. I check for a thing, but he gets me so confused on what side he actually takes. I got 3 games now. I don't know what his pick is. So
We'll go ahead and go over them. I think I have them right.
the Buffalo-Cleveland game, I'm not sure who he picked in that one.
I don't remember either. I think he took the Browns.
This has been like 3 weeks running. I tell you, there's like
All
3
right.
or 4 games.
I gotta
that
go
don't
back.
have
I gotta go
active
back and
Rome
watch the tape
picks.
once it
All
gets
right.
loaded up.
Raiders, Texans.
He may have said that he does the stay away games, but his new strategy is he does like a word salad kind of thing.
Oh, man.
They're out here,
Nah.
and then just like it just moves on to the next game, and like, oh, we just like
All right.
So he's got Lions win, Steelers +7. I got that down. Is that what you got
Yeah.
on the last one there, Jason?
I'm taking that one, but I'm still missing Cincinnati, Miami, Tampa, Carolina, and Buffalo, Cleveland for him.
All right.
He did have Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I heard clean sweep on that.
I can't read my writing right now,
confident
so
on
I
that
have to go back. All right, Raiders, Texans. Texas favorite by 14. 38 over under in Texas. Potential Super Bowl run. No, I'm just kidding.
You
Whoever
said it.
wants
This
to
is
go
a Super.
first.
It's a Super Bowl defense. I'll take the Texans. You got a great defense against a team that doesn't have an offense.
Yeah, I mean, when we recorded, what, Tuesday night? Monday night, Jason, you asked what was the over-under team total for the Raiders. It's 10.5 points for this game. 10.5 is their total. I'm going Texans, too. Last week I took the Cards here, but the Raiders, they scored 0 points against the Eagles. Now they're going against a better defense. I think Geno Smith is back. But Texans are rolling with Jacksonville likely to lose maybe in Denver. That division, home field's up for grabs there for the playoff spot. Texans, if they want, should roll here as they get ready for a Saturday showdown here in L.A. against the Chargers next week, Rome.
Nice. I would like to go to that game. So is this Sunday night now?
Who do you got, Texans or Raiders?
Geez, sorry, dude. I got the Texans.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
now
they
we're
covered.
on to Sunday night. Now we're on to
I
Sunday
think
night.
they covered
Rome.
the 14. I'm a little worried that this might be a push. 14 points is a lot, and I don't know, man. It's just hard for me to imagine that Pete Carroll and this Raiders team is going to go out like that. In years past, they've have surprise spreads like this and like have been pretty competitive, but this is just a bad Raiders team. It's bad. They got to blow up the whole thing. Houston definitely covers that 14 points. Talked myself into it. All right, Sunday night game. Pats, Ravens, another big game, man. There's just big games all day, Saturday and Sunday. So get those Coors Lights ready. Ravens favored by 3 points, which is absurd, I think, on Sunday night. Does Vegas actually think that they're the better team? You guys laughed that Harbaugh was on the hot seat. I think that shit is hot as hell. All right. I think he's on the way out. And these last games matter so much more to the Ravens and what happens this offseason more than anything else. Aaron, who you got?
Yeah, I mean, Rome, you were talking about the whole NFC North getting blown up and getting fired. I mean, if anything, coaches retire before all getting fired there. But Ravens coming off that 24-0 victory over your Cincinnati Bengals, Rome, one of your 12 teams in the NFL this year.
Nah.
But yeah, I mean, Lamar Jackson returned to practice from an illness. They got some injuries. Patriots have looked really good before losing in the second half collapse against Buffalo. I'm going to take the road team. I'm going to take the Patriots +3 here. I think the Ravens, tough spot for them. They going to be a tough game. Depending on what happens with the Steelers earlier in the day, could make this game even bigger. But I like the Patriots. Drake May to bounce back, have a solid game. I'm going to go Patriots +3. Could be the game of the week that gets a push here. But I'll take the I think better team getting points. Patriots.
Nice. No, I like it. Jason.
I don't think Aaron's wrong in this, but I do think, Rome, you're talking Harbaugh being on the hot seat. This was a team that was supposed to, be in contention to go to the AFC Championship game. There's something to play here for. The Patriots with their loss last week, they were looking so good in that first half of just giving away to the Bills. I don't want to say it's a hungrier team for Baltimore because I think both there's incentive for both, but I think Baltimore is just a little bit more into this game, knowing it's a must win. Could be a push, who knows? But I'll take the Ravens in this one.
Wow, it's tough. I expect the Patriots to show out. I just don't know what to expect from the Ravens. Their game last year or last week really surprised me. I was not expecting that at all out of both teams. Lamar Jackson looks bad. He still didn't look great last week either. I think he's running his slowest ever in his career. Did you guys know that?
Yeah, he's definitely hurt.
Yeah, it's bad.
He's been battling ankle, knee, hamstring all year. So
some people are even questioning, is this because this has happened to quarterbacks like Lamar? Very mobile, dynamic, and then all of a sudden it just all falls apart. I hope it's not because he's such a good guy and pretty mellow. And I think the league's better when he's in it. So I'm just all over the place this week, dude.
He's only 28, Rome. He'll be 29 in January.
I think the moral of the story is I need to start getting more than 4 hours of sleep at night.
They recommend 8 hours, Rome.
Yeah, dude. I wish right now. I'll take the pass at the points, though. Not feeling good about it. Would not be surprised if the Ravens pull up a little throwback game. Another game of the week, Monday night. Jesus Christ, man. You cannot miss anything this weekend. 49ers, Colts, -5.5 for the Niners on the road. Colts, I don't know. They actually look surprisingly good with Rivers last week. 46.5 over under. I kind of like the under on this one. Aaron, who you got?
Yeah, I mean, the under I don't think is a bad play here, Rome, in the Dome. I mean, Rivers making his second start here. Colts holding on to whatever playoff chances they have. We mentioned earlier in the show the 49ers still have a shot at the NFC's number 1 seed if they can win out and, beat Seattle if Seattle continues to and the Rams continue to do what they're doing. But, we saw a lot from the Colts. They played hard. I think they're going to continue to play hard. They got a better defense than the Niners. And their offensive line, I think, is better. Purdy's obviously better quarterback right now than Rivers is at this stage. But I think this is another tight game. I'm going to take the Colts here at 5.5. Feels like one of those games where it comes down to a field goal, whoever wins or loses. So I'll take the points, 5.5 of the Colts, and we'll see how it goes.
Jason.
Well, I was wrong last week on Rivers not being able to cover in Seattle, and Aaron was all over that one. But I'm gonna go against Rivers again. All right, there's no way this can keep up at this point. It was a great story last week, but the Niners are going for this 1 seed right now. This was the perfect scenario for them tonight with Seattle losing, and they have a path in front of them to win the West and win the 1 seed. Purdy looked really impressive last week. I know it was against a bad team, but still coming back. This Colts team just isn't the same Colts team as it was, back in September and October. I think they go in, take care of business, and they'll cover that 5.5.
This is why you don't do championships in the middle of the season like the NBA does. It gives you false hopes, and we were crowning the Colts Super Bowl contenders after 4 weeks. They looked really fucking good. I'm not going to lie. They looked really good.
So the Knicks aren't going to win the NBA title, Rome?
No chance. No chance.
Right. At least I got respect for them, not like the Lakers hanging a banner.
Well, they did that for the NBA, dude. Like, the NBA needs them to play along for the rest of the league to buy in. You know how it works. They're the top dog, dude. If they didn't buy in, nobody else is going to.
Yeah, but it's funny with this, though. Like, we'll laugh about it for our entire all of us, but at some point this is going to mean something. 20 years from now, these kids are going to be talking about like, how many NBA Cups did you win?
I know you've been really supportive of it, but I'm just not buying it yet. It's just,
dude. I mean, you're Mr.
Yeah, I agree. I think our generation, like Jason said, doesn't care about it, but all these kids that are like 20, younger, 10, they're like, oh my God, like Wemby won and 8 NBA Cups.
Because it's gonna be like Messi. Messi won that MLS Cup, and they just talk about like, oh, he's got like 39 trophies because in one season you can win like 4 or 5 trophies in soccer.
Yeah.
That's what it's gonna be.
You're
it's
right.
Gonna turn into. Yep.
And I just don't get it either.
And we got a generation of kids now that I'll say like soccer is going to be on the rise in our country and stuff, and there's going to be things moving towards it. I think this will be something.
I do like soccer.
Yeah, I don't know if the NBA. I mean, I don't like the timing of when they do the NBA Cup.
I don't,
because like the NBA Cup starts like 2 weeks into the season. Like
That's
for
dumb.
me, the NBA Cup should start Christmas Day, and then finish right before All-Star break, and then All-Star break leads.
Well, they do it just because they're playing the NFL right now, and so no one gives a crap about the NBA. So this is trying to say, hey, there's something going on with us.
They had big ticket boost the first year. Thankfully, like the Lakers helped out with that. Last year was still pretty decent because you have Milwaukee and Giannis, international star.
The games were great though. I actually watched the games.
You did today or this year?
I watched Thunder versus the Spurs, and I watched the Spurs versus the Knicks. 2 really good games.
I watched clips of that. The Spurs making nice strides.
If the Spurs stay healthy, they're gonna be interesting in the West.
They can obsess at people.
Yeah.
I'll talk about the NBA later, but dude, I like my Lakers team. If this was like 10, if this was 10 years ago, they're a championship contender, dude.
Lakers aren't even scratching the surface for a championship.
I just said if this is 10 years ago, they'd be
10
championship
years ago,
contenders.
They still wouldn't even be scratching the surface.
Nah, you're tripping.
The Lakers team is so overrated. They're so overrated.
Okay. How are your Bulls doing? How are your Bulls doing?
The Bulls have been doing it for 30 years. Jason will tell you.
Shut up.
41-41. We're going to be the 8th, 9th, or 10th seed. We'll be in the first play-in versus somebody.
We got a walking triple double in Giddey, and you got the same in Luka, same player, and we got him for 80% cheaper.
Yeah, you know what? I'm surprised Giddey didn't go to the University of Michigan because he likes talking to underage girls too.
Whoa. Hey, you're changing the subject into who are you picking in this game between the Niners and Colts.
Who do you got, Rome?
Because I'm not going another game where you're not making picks right now. I see what you're doing.
I totally forgot. I totally lost track.
Yeah.
I feel like Joe Biden right now. Sharp? I feel sharp.
Shannon Sharp?
Or whatever that phrase was. I got the Colts written down here. I don't remember saying that, but I got the Colts at the points. Right. I think it'll be a close game. But 49ers win.
So I need for the record, Buffalo, Cleveland, 10.5. Who are you taking?
I got the Browns plus 10.5.
Okay, that's what I thought he had.
Okay. And then Cincinnati, Miami, 4.5.
Sorry, dude. I write the team's name, so I'm just drawing a blank right now.
So that'd be the Bengals or the Dolphins.
There you go. Thanks. I got the Bengals.
Okay. So I want to make sure.
I got the Lions with the points.
You're taking the Lions now?
That's what I wrote down.
Okay. So change that Steelers that you had previously to the Lions.
All right. I got you, Aaron. Yeah. All right.
Because he said Lions win, and then you were like Steelers plus points, and he was like giving us the nod. But all right, it's Lions now.
He was smiling in the camera.
He had that Tomlin smile.
There was no audio.
The stats show that it's a 95% chance that the Lions cover that.
Okay.
More than
I don't know what stats you're getting at, Rome. That's pretty high.
It's analytics. Yeah, it's not looking good. That's why. I think it's the first time I'm going against my Steelers with the points. And my daughter's not with me. If you guys don't know, we have a pretty bad record with my daughter's not with me.
I do know that.
Every single game.
It's fair. That may be the biggest that may be the best analytic stat.
That's 100% been proven fact this year, Rome. That's what you're saying. So that's
a scientific fact.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
All right. College football playoffs or what?
Yeah, let's take a quick break and college football playoffs.